Hello guys. So today is the first Subject Sunday and I decided to talk to you about a bit of a personal matter. So I decided to tell you guys how I lost 20 kilograms of weight. You see, I used to be fat. It's a fact. I'm not anymore. I exercise every single day from hour to 1.5 hours. I'm not every single day, every single week's day. So 5 times a week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday and Friday. Saturday and Sunday are my day offs, so that I can recover from it. But, so that my body can recover it, obviously but I used to be overweight because I never really exercised. I just sat on my computer the whole day, and every once in a while I walk to a nearby grocery store and buy chocolate, energy drinks, lemonade, juice, cookies, whatever, and eat them because it was like snack, and I'd snack for the entire day. I wouldn't exercise, so I quickly gained weight, and it never really did hit me because I obviously saw myself every day, so to me I didn't seem fat. I looked at myself and I thought I'm normal. But then when we were at the hospital, we were at the hospital and they took my height and scaled me, and it showed that I weighed over 90 kilograms. I realized that that's not normal for a person of my size. That was quite heavily overweight. To some people 90 kilograms isn't even a lot, but I'm 2 centimeters under the average height of males in my country, so for a person of my height, my weight class back then was way too heavy. And I thought it didn't even seem that bad, but then I started thinking, am I really fat? And I got tired of it. I got tired of people looking at me, people not wanting to talk to me. So I started exercising, and more than anything I wanted to prove my father wrong. My father was nagging to me all the time like I do nothing except sit on my computer, play games and watch other people stream on Twitch, and it got annoying, so I started exercising as a way to prove my father wrong, as well as I was tired of it all. I was tired of being fat, because that's when I first realized that yes, I am fat, because we had a test during PE in which here we call it Cooperin testi, which is Cooper's test. It's basically for 12 minutes, you run for full 12 minutes and see how far you can go. 2.5 kilometers is the average or normal, and I could barely manage 2 kilometers. That's 2,000 meters. That's when I realized that I'm not that in shape at all and I'm fat. So I started exercising. So what do I need to exercise? Do I need to run? No, if I only run, then I'm only going to gain some stamina. But I thought to myself, okay, so I need to exercise as many muscle groups as possible. So I went onto the internet, searched for effective ways, to train different muscle types, and I gathered 18 different exercises, put them all together, so I started doing them. I made my own circuit training. Basically I do push-ups, sit-ups, I don't even know the name of them all. I'll put links to the description of what I do, as well as a site where you can find a lot of different moves. If you just want to build muscle, you can go to the gym, or yeah, that's probably better, but I'm not professional at anything. I'm not educated in any of this. This is just how I decided that I'm gonna start exercising and I'm gonna start losing weight, because I was tired of it all. And slowly but surely I did lose weight. I did lose 20 kilograms of weight, and the first time I noticed it was when my mom took pictures of me, for example, when we were in the countryside, and I looked at it and compared it with pictures taken from 2 years ago, back when I was still fat before I exercised. And I compared them with each other, and I looked at them and realized how much I've actually changed, and how much I've lost weight. And then I started looking at the people around me and realizing that the way people look at you, whether it may be conscious or unconscious, changes. And I got scared by how much it actually changes, because everyone whether you do it consciously or unconsciously, everyone judges people based on the first appearances. And I've noticed that if you're normal, or if you have a bit of muscle, the way people judge your first appearance is a hell of a lot more positive than if you're clearly overweight. So, and that's the reason why I continued working out every day, or 5 times a week, sorry, because I'm afraid of going back. I never want to go back to what it used to be, so because I'm content with the way things are now. In case you're looking for how to lose weight yourself, or you've wondered if you're fat, in order to exercise, you don't even need to be fat. You could, exercising just helps you keep happy. That's what I noticed. Because, for example, to me it really feels good. Like, I enjoy exercising nowadays. When I started, it was like, I felt like I was forcing myself to do it, but then after 2 months of doing it 5 times a week, I realized that I grew accustomed to it. I basically got addicted. Not in a way that I need to use supplements or anything like that, but in a way that it became a routine, and I noticed that Saturdays and Sundays when I'm not doing it, I felt odd. I felt like I was, just lazing around, not doing anything. And that's the important part, the fact that you learn to enjoy it. So if you ever do start exercising, start losing weight, don't, whatever you do, don't try to force yourself to do it. You can take day offs, but if you take a day off because you decided that it's your schedule, that you take 2 days off a week or something like that. And of course, if you're sick, then you take a sick leave from it. Under any circumstances, do not exercise while you're sick. That's just trouble. And you don't need to start out doing, 50 push-ups or anything like that. Definitely not. You start out with what you feel comfortable. Remember, start out so that you can do it several times a week. That's the important part. Even if your daily dosage may seem really small, remember, you're going to do it several times a week. In the end, it adds up. Personally, when I started, I could barely do, my circuit training. It was like 1 round. I did 3 rounds. So first round was like 15, second was 10, then was 5. I could barely do 15 push-ups, then 10, then 5. Altogether that's 30. That's 30 push-ups altogether. I could barely do it. Now I do 25, 25, 25, and it's like easy in my opinion. So that's also one thing. The fact that you see the progress in what you can do. That's another thing which keeps me going. The enjoyment I get from it. And the fact that you see that it actually pays off. I couldn't do any pull-ups. Either this way or this way. Chin-ups or pull-ups. I could do neither. I remember I never could. Like, I remember when we tested them during PE, how many can we pull off? My record was 1. I could barely do 1. And even that it took a while. Now I do, how many do I do? 15 plus 10, 25 times 3. I do 75 every single day, and it seems easy. It's when you see progress like that in your own body and you think back to the way it used to be, you start feeling that you've accomplished something, and that's also really important. And I see a lot of people think that if you want to start working out, you have to start using some 10 kilogram weights. No, definitely not. I started out with 4 kilograms, with 4 kilogram hand weights, and it's now I use 20 kilograms. It's been 1.5 years, and it took me 3 months of doing it with 4 kilograms before I could go to 6. Then from there to 7.5, 10, 12.5, 15. Just progressively more and more. Slowly but surely. Take your time. You don't have to worry about... Don't think to yourself, what's the point of this? Just think to yourself, in 2 years, I will have lost weight a lot. I will have changed. I will be healthier. I will be more happy. I will be more outgoing, more socialized. Those are all good reasons why you can start working out. A lot of people who go on diet, try to lose weight, they start calculating calories and stuff like that. I never did that. I never cared what I ate or what I put into my mouth, like what I drank or stuff like that. It didn't matter to me, because personally I felt like if I started counting how many calories I use to recover every day, because there are calculators for that, versus how many I intake, and then I see, okay, I use 1,000 calories more than I intake, then I always felt like I will start making excuses why, okay, let's say 10, well, it's not, let's say I do that. If I take 10 off of everything that I do, then that's the amount that amount burns 1,000 calories. I felt like, okay, now I can take this off. I can do easier exercises. It felt like I would start making excuses why I wouldn't need to work so hard. That's why I never bothered to do it. I told myself never ever start doing that. And it worked for me. I've lost weight. I've lost a lot of weight, even though I've never been on a diet, even though I've never... If anything, I eat way more than I used to. Like, you can ask anyone who knows me that. I eat probably 2 times more than I used to, because exercising actually takes a lot of energy. And where am I going to get that energy from? Food. So, yeah, eat healthily. If you start exercising, don't eat less than you used to. You should eat more than you used to, because you're going to be using a lot more energy. And even don't go to the scale every day looking at your weight. If you start exercising, if you start doing exercises that basically train your muscle groups, like push-ups, pull-ups, chin-ups, sit-ups, they all train your muscle groups, which means that at the same time, even if it's not by much, your muscles are going to grow, which obviously adds to your mass. So if you absolutely have to watch your weight, then do it once a month or something like that. While you're losing your weight in fat, you're also gaining weight in muscle. So don't only look at your weight, also look at, for example, your clothing size. Are they getting bigger? Because that's one definite way you can find out. Because the clothes I used to use are all way too big. Like, my entire wardrobe had to go because my clothes were 2 to 3 sizes too big. Like, even with a belt, my pants were falling off. So those are all things that you feel accomplished when you achieve. And here's one more key point. Be patient. Remember, it takes time. whatever you do, no matter how little it is, no matter how much it is you exercise, take your time. It's always going to take more, it's always going to take long. Here are the key points. Find a reason, find a motivation, find a reason why you want to do it. Whether it be you're tired, whatever of people looking at you like that, people nagging at you, people, or just generally you want to be healthier, you want to lose weight, you're tired of the image you see in the mirror, the doctors told you to. Find a reason to lose weight or exercise. Any reason is good enough. Even I want to eat more, because if you exercise you can also eat more. Even that's a good enough reason. Just find a good reason. Try not to eat chocolate and stuff like that every day. Do like what I did. If you ever feel like, okay, I need to eat something, just drink some water. That's how I got rid of it. It was a habit of going to the shop every day, buying chocolate, eating it. I started drinking water whenever I wanted chocolate or something like that, and it worked out. Don't start off with something you can't do. Start out small, start out slow. Just get it so that the exercising becomes a routine. So that even when you feel like not doing it, you basically, your body wants you to do it, and you force yourself to do it even though you don't feel like it. Get it so that it becomes a part of your routine. No matter if you do it with 2 kilo weights, 4 kilo weights, once it becomes a routine, once you do it for 2 months, 3 months, and it becomes a routine, you start doing it even if you put on bigger weights, you start exercising more, and it starts feeling like you tiring and you don't want to do it. You'll still keep doing it because it became a routine. So do it until it becomes a routine on small scale. Then you can start slowly building it up. Don't start making excuses like it's bad weather today. You can do it at home. Or I didn't eat that much today, so I don't need to exercise. No. The only reasons you should ever skip doing something like exercising that you've decided on a schedule is you're sick. I mean, you're actually sick, or otherwise you've broken your hand, wrist, or something like that. That's a good reason. Also, as you're sick. If you're sick, never do it. I said it already, but still, that's an important point. Or you have something really important, like, let's say, your finals. Yeah, other than that, I'm gonna put some pictures probably around here to show you that what I've done. The links are down in the description. When I said I'll show pictures, I'm not trying to say I'm fit. I'm not trying to say I don't have a six-pack. I don't have anything like that. I don't really have all that much muscle either. I've just been losing weight. That's all. It worked out for me, and I mean, come on. I'm one of the laziest people I personally can think of. If I can lose weight, so can anyone. It's just about your mindset and whether you're ready to do it or you aren't.